long legs taking the steps 3 at once. By the time I come into the kitchen, the 2 men stood in the hall. I watched through the passageway. "Won't be long now," Mr. Lawrence mumbled. The past few days, as Miss Sarah Jane's sickness had drained her, his athletic shoulders sagged and whiskers covered his square jaw like a tired old rug. Mr. Royce put a hand on Mr. Lawrence's shoulder. "What can I do for you, buddy?" Mr. Lawrence took a long look at Mr. Royce's hand, like Mr. Royce done smeared mud on him. Then he said, "She wants to see you." "Me? What for?" Lord have mercy, how could he not know? Mr. Lawrence glanced my way, and I reached for the broom, trying to look busy. "She'll have to tell you that." Mr. Lawrence took his jacket from the hook and left Mr. Royce standing there. When he passed by, I wrinkled my nose. No telling when he'd had a bath. Mr. Royce stood in the hallway looking out of place, so I led him to Miss Sarah Jane's bedroom. Thought I'd have to push him through her door. The stank of rot and alcohol could have turned a man's nose inside out. Miss Sarah Jane laid there under a quilt, her black hair pasted to her forehead, shiny with sweat. Those circles under her eyes made me think of leeches. Poor thing was only 22, but she looked 80. Miss Sarah Jane wouldn't have got cold with her fever, so to let in fresh air, I raised the window, which opened onto the back porch. On the other side of it, Mr. Lawrence sat on the swing, and I could tell he planned to listen to every word Miss Sarah Jane said. Didn't know why he wanted to do that to himself. Then again, I didn't know why white people did a lot of things. Miss Sarah Jane lifted a hand. "Royce." He turned his eyes to me like he was silently asking, what should I do? I gave him a nod. "You'll do all right." Then took the laundry basket to the porch to fold clothes. The sky so blue looked like October instead of January, but Mr. Lawrence wore a thundercloud on his face. With that window open, Miss Sarah Jane might as well have aired the conversation on the radio. "Thank you for coming," she said. "I have to speak to you before I go." "Don't talk that way," Mr. Royce answered. I felt like a bug on a birthday cake. I moved back into the living room, but sound traveled in that small house. "Make sure Lawrence marries again." Miss Sarah Jane's voice wobbled some. I knew Mr. Royce didn't want to make that promise. He paused long enough for me to fold a pillowcase. Then Miss Sarah Jane said, "Please, Royce, he's a good man." "I know he is." Sounded like Mr. Royce was a little put out with her. But Miss Sarah Jane didn't pay no mind, just kept on talking. "He deserves better than me. God knows I couldn't love him the way he wanted." And Mr. Lawrence sitting outside hearing every word. Miss Sarah Jane had her fine qualities, but she always thought of her own feelings first. I already knew where the conversation was headed, and I shook my head. She didn't know her words made those 2 men feel small as nits. I thought Mr. Royce would be too polite to take exception, so I was glad to hear him sharpen his voice. "Maybe you should tell him that." His footsteps stopped when she called, "Don't go. Please, Royce. I don't have much longer, and I don't want to die without telling you something." "Oh, no, here she go," I muttered to the dish towel in my hand. "I've always loved you. You know that, don't you?" Poor Mr. Lawrence. Miss Sarah Jane would have done better to kick him in the gut, and Mr. Royce standing there while she hurt his best friend. Sick or not, she was making a mess someone else would have to mop up. "I've always wanted you from the moment you kissed me after that football game." I sucked in a quick breath. Mr. Royce kissed Miss Sarah Jane. I wouldn't have expected that. She kept at him. "I've tried to